What's going on, guys? We are finally back for 2025. I spent all of January and half of this month preparing for this year. I've got a lot of big plans, a lot of big projects on the books, and I am very excited to share them with you. This is one of the big projects. This is a 9-meter long by 3-meter wide greenhouse. Why a greenhouse? Well, the state that I live in has some really silly laws that prevent me from being able to put up a shed that's a good enough size. For those of you that do not know, I've spent the last 4 years building up a company that creates custom habitats for domestic animals. Zoo-style enclosures for private keepers is my ultimate aim. It's taken me 4 years of building reputation, developing skills, learning business to get to where I am today, and I finally reached a point where I bottlenecked and the space that I was working in was no longer working for me. So I bought this. This is a cheap greenhouse that is going to provide me with a streamlined way to create the artwork that you see on the channel and on my social media pages. Up until this point, I've been slogging away in the carport, and unfortunately, when you're working with polystyrene and foam and grout, you tend to make a lot of mess. And then in an open space like a carport, the wind tends to get involved, spreading mess, and it is just an absolute nightmare. I've had backgrounds fall over and break from the wind, weather affect things. So this is my answer. This space will allow me to streamline the process. I want to have stations for every step of the build. I want to be running experimental projects that I can share with you guys, have my tools nice and neat, have the space easy to clean is a massive thing, and all around just have a dedicated space for the business, for the creations, and to be able to share with you guys. I'm going to have camera mounts, lighting, all sorts of things to make sharing what I do with you guys easier and higher quality. So why did I go with a greenhouse? Well, there's a few reasons behind it. The first reason is the state that I live in requires me to have permits to build a shed of an adequate size, not to mention that I rent, which makes things really difficult. What they don't require you to have a permit for is a temporary greenhouse under 100 square meters. And this is nowhere near 100 square meters, which has now got me thinking, what else can I use greenhouses for around the property? The second reason for choosing a greenhouse is the heat. Now, right now I am sweating my butt off, and there's going to be a few things that I add to this greenhouse to make it more workable. But the high temperature is going to make things dry quicker, cure faster, and more thoroughly, and therefore speeding up the process, which is a key part of what I need to achieve for the business. Hopefully you guys can get as hyped about this project as me. Like I said, I've got a lot of big projects in the works, a lot of big plans, and this is really going to allow me to share that with you guys and take you along for the journey. Be sure to follow along as I build out the workshop. Each and every station is going to get its own video going through the plans, the build, and you'll get to see it in use as well. Down this side is going to be all my drying racks, tools. So even that is going to be done in a way that is well thought out. I don't want a finished background right next to a spray station where it can get overspray. So we're going to design some racking systems with drop sheets and covers and all sorts. So hopefully you guys like the sound of all this and follow along. Be sure to subscribe, like, help the channel grow. I really appreciate it, and I will see you soon.